Burning for You by Blue Oyster Cult at number 11, a classic rock staple on my fancy playlist. Approaching the top 10. Gosh, we're getting closer to the number one position. We're rolling along on this fantasy playlist. Mine of September 29th, 1981, call it the Bubbling 40. That's kind of a cheesy name, but I didn't care. But I love doing these fancy playlists so much, I didn't worry too much about names or anything like that. Blue Oyster Cult, they're from Long Island. They formed in 1967. They called themselves, get this, Soft White Underbelly. Now that's a 60s classic 60s garage band name right there. This is when bands were calling themselves weird names on the underground scene, or even on the not so underground scene. You had the Electric Prunes, Magic Mushrooms, the Blues Magoo. So why not Soft White Underbelly? That sounds like a cool name, and maybe get you some free drinks at a bar or something like that you're performing at. But they changed their name though to Blue Oyster Cult in 1971. They released their debut album in 1972. 4 albums later, they hit it really big, the big time when they came out with Agent of Fortune. That was 1976. Yielded Don't Fear the Reaper. A lot of people thought it was about marijuana. A lot of people thought the title of the song was called Don't Fear the Reaper. And I remember listening to this song on WLS in Chicago thinking, oh man, what are they doing playing a song about smoking marijuana? But it's not. It's Don't Fear the Reaper. And Blue Oyster Cult, they're one of the first bands to utilize lasers in their light shows. One of the classic arena bands like Rush and REO Speedwagon and Journey, and of course later on Van Halen that emerged starting in the late 70s and the early 80s. These arena bands that were selling out shows right and left. And Blue Oyster Cult, no exception. Godzilla, another one that they did, one of their famous album cuts. 4 albums later, about 3 or 4 albums later, we come to Fire of Unknown Origin in 1981. And Blue Oyster Cult came out with Burning for You. That was the hit off the album. And it just, well, it stayed in the top 40 for 3 weeks. Only got as high as number 40. That's it. But it's a classic rock staple, just the same. You just can't go by chart positions a lot of the time. They don't tell the whole story. They're telling more of a story though on my fantasy playlist up to number 11 with Burning for You, Blue Oyster Cult, September 29th, 1981.